The Detroit fans already at a fever pitch here inside the Palace of Auburn Hills. Welcome, everyone, to Game 3 of this Eastern Conference Round 1 matchup. 2-0 so far. Perhaps the tide can turn in this one. Along with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. It is great to have you with us.
Yo, what's going on, people? It's your boy State, and we're back with Games 3 and 4 of this first round series against the Detroit Pistons. We ended up taking the 2 games at our house, and I honestly don't see any reason why we can't take these 2 in Detroit. And this was just bad defense by me, because Chris Paul is one of the few point guards in the game that is actually able to make that pass over a fronted player in the post. And, you know, I knew that, but I honestly just wasn't paying attention. So that was just, you know, an oversight on my part. Yeah, I mean, the way my team is playing, the way I'm playing, I really don't see any reason to think that we're going home for any other reason but to start game 1 of the next round. I don't want to let the series go on any longer than I need to. So I think it's important to make sure that we go ahead and get this series out the way. Greg Monroe was doing his thing in the first 2 games, and I'm not gonna lie to you, he continues to do his thing over the next 2. The dude is a monster. Andrew Bynum couldn't do nothing with that dude. Chris Paul, on the other hand, get that out of here, though. Get that out of here, man. Chris Paul, on the other hand, everybody knows dude is a stud, and we really don't have an answer for Chris Paul other than to, maybe double team him every now and then. But that means I gotta kind of leave one of my guys open or double team once he gets to the lane. And we didn't really play a whole lot of zone this series so far. And I mean, the games have been close. Well, at least the second game was close. Go ahead and let me get those 2 points right there. I see no reason to switch to zone. They don't have a lot of shooters. Other than, Brandon Bass has been knocking down some shots. Tayshaun Prince has been, get that out of here, dog. Tayshaun Prince has been hitting shots if I leave him open. But they don't really have any shooters on this team, so I don't see any reason to go zone and to give them open spots, open pockets, to go ahead and get wide open jumpers. I don't see any reason to do that. As long as we keep our eye on Chris Paul, don't let Rodney Stuckey get involved in this series at all, which he really hasn't been that much of a factor so far, and just try to contain Greg Monroe. Oh my goodness, I don't see any reason to think that they can beat us. And I mean, the game is still close. Go ahead, we running the break, making moves. And this is kind of when I feel like, we get a chance to pull away when we're able to, finally get out on the break, run up and down the floor. J.R. Smith hitting step back threes. And and at this point, man, I'm feeling real confident, man. I definitely don't think there's anything they can do to come back in this game. All the momentum is on our side. I'm playing well, shooting really well from the field. And the defense just seemed to crank up out of nowhere. And, so at this point, J.R. Smith, cash money. At this point, man, I'm like, you know what? All we got to do is just take care of the ball. Don't turn the ball over like that. And give them easy buckets in transition. Because like I always say, I don't say this in my videos, but as long as I don't, giving up points, you're going to give up points. But as long as points don't turn into a run, as long as it doesn't turn into anything more than just 2 or 3 points, then that's good. And go ahead and, excuse me, sir. Chris Paul decided to try to put the team on his back. And I got that dunk to go ahead and calm all that. It did come down to some free throws in the end. They made a little bit of a run, but it really wasn't that close. They were never really a shot or 2 of getting back into the game. And we go ahead and we end up taking game 3. Chris Paul had a monster game, played really well in the 4th quarter. Overall, man, our team from top to bottom just played a lot better. I went out there, dropped me a triple-double, 32, 12, and 11. Shooting really well from the field. J.R. Smith, everybody putting in work. So 1 more game to go.
That win put your team up 3-0 and on the verge of moving on to the next round. How do you feel right now? Is a sweep on your mind?
Solid win, man. Just 1 more, and then it's on to the next challenge. A sweep would be great, but every team that makes the playoffs is there for a reason. We can't take it for granted that winning the first 3 means we'll win the next one. We're going to come out strong and try to get it done quickly, though. You can count on that.
All right, so now we're in the position we want to be in. Up 3-0 in this series with a chance to end it. Is Monroe just puts a move on Andrew Bonham. And then they definitely came out the gates firing, you know, like a team with their season on the line, which I kind of expected. You know, I knew they would shoot well early on. They usually do in all the games that we've played. But I feel like as long as we were able to kind of, you know, weather the storm a little bit in the first quarter, keep the game close going into the second, and go ahead and take that mid-range jumper. I mean, our defense would settle in eventually as long as we didn't have anybody on their team real hot heading into that next quarter. And I think we did a good job of that. Rodney Stuckey really didn't go, you know, he really didn't get off that much this series. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cherry pick myself 2 dunks with a little 360 action. And overall, man, get that block real quick. The defense definitely picked up after that first quarter. All series long, we had been getting really good looks on the offensive end, playing pretty efficiently on offense, not really turning the ball over a whole lot. I mean, we had some games where we would turn the ball over, but go ahead and let me get this real quick. And Mr. Bonham is going to go ahead and take this coast to coast with a 2-handed finish. And I really don't see any reason to think that we're not going to come out with this game. Because just the way that we're playing, we're getting into our rhythm, we're getting out on the break, playing good defense, getting great shots. And you can see, go ahead and get that out of here, dog. What you thinking? What are you doing? And once we get out in transition, man, we're a hard team to stop, man. You got to line up real quick. I just don't see any way you can deal with us out on the break. It's almost impossible as far as I'm concerned. And we got a pretty healthy lead. They're going to go ahead and leave me wide open. Cash money. We got a real healthy lead heading into the fourth. And I'm not going to spoil it for you, but I am going to spoil it for you. Somehow I lose this basketball. Just smacks it away from my hands, but I go ahead and try to get back into the play. It doesn't work. They made a little bit of a run to start the fourth, but we put an end to that with some good shots, some good timeouts here and there. And we just kind of played better defense. And then, you know, them falling asleep on defense definitely helped me out too. And like I said, I don't want to spoil it for you, but we go ahead and we put this game away. You see the lead. We're not going to give this lead up. Not with this amount of time that's left on the clock. Don't leave me open. Cash money. And this game is pretty much over. Drew Holiday, go ahead and put in our 100th point of the game. And that boy, Mr. Bonham, is going to go ahead and seal the deal with a putback layup. And that's it. We sweep them 4-0. Head to the next round. Who do we play? I don't know. But we'll see, man. It should definitely be a good series. It's either the Cavs or the Pacers. It'll definitely be a good series. And the good thing about that, the live comm stuff is actually working now. So that's definitely a good look. Just going to the stats. I mean, Greg Monroe had a really good game, almost dropping the triple-double. But we did a much better job defending Chris Paul. See my boy Thad, my boy Bonham. Really good games out there. That was definitely a big factor in us coming away with this blowout win. And the thing is just, you know, they don't have any outside shooting. We did. And that definitely proved to be the difference in the series.
Congratulations. You guys were able to finish off the sweep tonight. What's team morale like following such a convincing performance this round?
Man, we're ready for the next one. We're on a roll. And this was a big step in moving us that much closer to the championship ring we've spent all season striving for. I'm fired up, baby. My teammates are fired up. Man, even coach is fired up, which gets the rest of us going even more. Great series, no question.